So, in the last video, we already know the basic concept of two-handed bowling. In this video, I will show you how to start rolling with specific techniques. In an easy and simple way, we just need 3 steps to complete rolling the ball onto the lane as follow. Step 1. Hold the bowling ball with 2 hands. Step 2. Swing the ball with 2 hands while approaching to the foul line. Step 3. Keep your right hand or left hand if you are lefty under and behind the ball and roll it straight out. Finish. Easy, right? If your goal is just to roll the ball with 2 hands and make it hook, voila, you are done. You might have heard this quote, "Look before you leap." This is similar to when you want to shoot something using a gun or an arrow. You need to at least define an imagined trajectory to have the best chance of hitting the target. Let's apply this mechanism to bowling. Without defining an imagined trajectory, you cannot control where you want the ball to go. In the worst scenario, your bowling ball will end up in the gutter. So, how do we create an imagined target line? In order to create your target line, you need to think of a formula to define where you stand and where to roll the ball past right after releasing it. Everyone has their own system, and this is mine. My aiming system centers around the dot line, which is between the arrows and the foul line. Based on the board related to the dot line, I will choose where to stand and where to roll the ball past. The board you stand and the board at the dot line are directly in relation to each other. So, if I stand at the board A, I will walk to the foul line and stop at board A and target rolling the ball past board A-3 or 4 at the dot line to the right side, depending on the launch angle. A-3 will have a smaller launch angle than A-4 target board. You can reverse the system to the left if you are lefty. For example, what is in my head before the shot? I would create my target line by thinking about standing at board 30, walking to the foul line, stopping at board 30, then rolling the ball past board 26 down the dot line. That's it. You don't need to care about the breakpoint or the maximum board where the ball will hook and come back to the pin. We'll talk about it later and make this the first simple step in creating an aiming system. We don't want to make this so complicated from the beginning. You can try copying my aiming system or creating your own one. Next, let's talk about how to swing the ball while approaching the foul line. To swing the ball, you must create a push away as step 2 in the 5-step approach to kickstart the swing. So, I recommend you apply a tip called controlled free swing when bowling with 2 hands. A controlled free swing is basically a free swing, guided with 2 hands. You let the ball mostly use its potential energy during the swing with the least pressure from arms and hands, and only focus on keeping your palm in a leveraged position or under the ball at the time of release. Let's respect the free movement plan of the bowling ball. In order to achieve this state, you must strongly believe that the bowling ball will not drop out of your hands during the swing. Most of the time, people hold something tightly because they are afraid that it will drop off their hands. The reality is the bowling ball rarely or never drops off your hands because you have up to 2 hands to hold it. So it's just your deluded fear. It's not real, right? Once you understand this mindset, you just need to hold the ball with the least pressure. Push it away and let it swing freely in your 2 hands. The ball will be happy if you do so. So do you. There is not much difference when you apply free swing in one-handed and two-handed bowling. The only difference is you use the non-bowling hand during the approach. Now, it's time for you to hit the land and make some shots. I'll see you again in the next video about the swing plan to help you complete the basic technique of two-handed bowling. Until then, enjoy bowling.